So guys, hello and welcome to this tutorial. So we were talking about matrices and matrix and everything about it. So obviously if you're talking about matrices, linear algebra will be involved, which is a really interesting topic in itself. So in brief, what is linear algebra? It is just a branch of mathematics concerning linear equations such as linear maps and the representations in vector spaces through matrices. So basically what does it say? We just have matrix which has rows and columns. We can treat them as vectors and we can perform various algebraic operations on it. Fine. So after that, we are going to talk about it obviously. So NumPy is a library and it has a module called linalg. I don't know how to pronounce it now. Just linalg. So this is just linear algebra. This is the short for linear algebra. There are various functions involved in it. We can do many things by using this module because it is involved in NumPy itself. Because like NumPy is a whole library. In it, there are various modules, classes, and many things. So we can perform these things, these functions basically. So which is invert. We can get inverse of a matrix. We can get power of a matrix. We can do linear equations. The spelling is wrong. Let it be now. Then we can get the determinant of a matrix. We can get eigenvalues and so on. There are many things that we can do involving linear algebra. So the syntax is really easy to get an inverse, to get the inverse of the matrix. So because I can't talk about all of them in this tutorial, let's just talk about inversion of a matrix. So the syntax is pretty easy. Just write numpy.linearalgebra to get the, hold on, I use a pen. So if you write numpy.linearalgebra, you get access to the module linear algebra. And after that, when you write dot inverse of a, that is inv of a, which is the syntax to get, which is the function basically to get the inverse. So we are just getting access to this method or function in this module linear algebra, right? This is the basic syntax. And first of all, you need to know what is inverse of a matrix. So suppose you have a matrix A. To get its inverse, what is the basic definition of an inverse? We just have to write the dot product of A into A should be equals to an identity matrix I. Identity matrix I means, suppose A is a 2 cross 2 matrix, then I will be 1 0 and 0 1, that is, this will be I. So basically A into A dot A should be this identity matrix I, right? So there is a formula for it which is really easy. A inverse equals to this thing, but how to calculate it? It's really easy. This is AD into BC is nothing but mod of A, right? So A into D minus B into C is mod of A. So it can be written as mod of A. I shouldn't say mod of A actually, determinant of A. Mod of A is a wrong word to say. So it is just determinant of A. And for a 2 cross 2 matrix, it is really easy. So just have to invert A and D and just write a minus sign over to get the inverse of a matrix. So that's really easy for a 2 cross 2 matrix, and there are many ways for 3 cross 3 and many more, 3 cross 3, 4 cross 4 and many more things. You can do this, you just have them in school, so obviously you might know them, so I don't need to teach them now. So this was inverse, but see, finding the inverse of a 2 by 2 matrix is really easy. This is just the normal way. So this is A, this is the A inverse, and we just multiply them, or we just get the dot product, and to get the multiplication we just write A. Suppose A and B are the matrices, so just write A dot the dot function and then B. Then you should get the identity matrix as the answer. Then only then you can say that B is inverse of A. Fine, or A is inverse of B. But remember, it can give us an error. It will raise us an error if A is not a square matrix. So obviously you might know them. You might obviously know that to get the inverse of a matrix, there should be a square matrix, and obviously mod A should not be equals to 0, because when I divide by mod A, it should not be equal to 0. Then obviously this will not be defined. So obviously you will get an error if that is the case. So if it is not possible, that is, if mod of A equals to 0, why am I saying mod of A? I should say determinant of A. My bad. So just determinant of A should not be equals to 0. Or if it is equal to 0, then you will get an error. And if it is not a square matrix, then also you will get an error. Fine. Now let us jump to the coding part, which is the interesting thing. So I'll just run this code. See, I have this array A, or matrix in this case I should say. So I'm treating array A as a matrix. So when I say A, I have these two rows, 1, 2, and then 3, 4 is the next row. To get the inverse of the matrix A, I just need to get, first of all, this is NumPy library. Then I need to get access to the linear algebra module, which is linalg, whatever you want to pronounce it, that is fine. And then you want to get the inverse. So these are many functions involved in it. You just want inverse, which is inv, which is just telling us, but I can write inv. And inside it, you just have to mention the matrix whose inverse you want. So suppose you want to get the inverse of this matrix A. Just run this code. I have already printed out. So this is the inverse of matrix A. So first of all, how did we get it on all? I'll tell you all. So instead of printing it out, I'll just say B equals to, because I want to do something else in the next step. So B equals to that thing, and I'll print out B. So that what happened over here? A inverse is stored in B, which means B is the inverse of A, right? So when I printed out B, which is A inverse, I get this matrix. So basically, how did we get minus signs and all? I told you all in the previous slides and all, because 4 into 1 is 4 and 3 into 2 is 6. That is 4 minus 6 mod is going to be minus 2. So 1 upon minus 2. So obviously when we divide it and interchange them, you'll get minus signs and everything about it. So fine. Now let us do one thing. Let us check if our calculations are right or wrong. So if you get the inverse, so basically I want to check if our inverse is right or wrong. So what I'll do, I'll write a dot method and b. So basically we are doing matrix multiplication of a and b. So if I get I, which is an additive matrix, which means that b is the inverse of a. So if I run this code, see, I got this matrix. So obviously this is a bit different thing. They are represented in a different form. But if you see it closely, it is slightly close to additive matrix only, because it is 0. So you can see E is 2 point something, so 8 into is going to be 16. So this is going to be 0, right? 16 minus 16 0. This is kind of close to 0, and this is 1, this is 1. So obviously this is an additive matrix. But you can do one more thing. You can use the dot function in NumPy library directly. So NumPy dot, and inside these parameters you just have to mention the two arrays whose dot product you want. That is matrix multiplication you want. So yeah, I missed this. Yeah, just run this code. See, you got this. This is the same thing. But if you want to check it, you can use this function now. So I'll just cut it out first. All close actually. So I'll write all close numpy dot. Obviously I'm going to use numpy dot all close, and I just have to mention the two matrices that I want to check for, right? So suppose I write A and B, not A and B. I'll write, see, this thing, which is numpy dot this thing, and after that I want to check for the additive matrix. So to get an additive matrix, I can simply write the matrix, right? So to get the additive matrix, I'll write numpy dot array. Then there will be, obviously it will be a 2D. So it will be 1 comma 0, and after that it will be 0 comma 1, right? So 0 comma 1, which is an additive matrix in itself, but I need to use nested list because it is a 2D array or matrix. So let us just run this code. So see, it is saying true because this thing is an additive matrix, and this is obviously an additive matrix. So obviously they both are equal. That is all close. By that they just are checking these two values and they are equal. So that's why it is giving us the output as true, which means that this thing is an additive matrix. So our answer is right. So I think that's all from my side for this tutorial. You can subscribe to my channel for more programming related content. Until then, stay tuned and keep learning. Thank you.